Nobody is going to come wipe your butt for you. Pretty much needs to become your own hero. We decided to just look for some part-time job. I cried. Like, I don't even know why exactly. By the way, after 2 months of working with them, did not pay me anything. Welcome back to the 1% Better podcast, everybody. My name is Christian, a health and nutrition professional based in Beijing, and I'm on a mission to impact and change 1 billion lives. And this podcast is where I'll be going on rants on things that I'm pretty passionate about, that I've learned through interacting with people, that I've learned through just living life, and that I believe you might relate to. And so today, guys, the topic of the podcast is the 6 biggest lessons that I've learned after living in China for now 6 years. So firstly, quick disclaimer, it's pretty fun because I had a laugh the other day. I did a shorter version of this whole 6 years, six lessons thing on my WeChat channel. I did a video in which I shared like 6 points speaking about what I've learned. And then some douchebag, you know how people on social media get sometime, he pretty much said, hey, it took you 6 years to learn all of this. I could learn all of this in 1 year, etc. No. I chose to speak about 6 lessons because of 6 years. That's all. 6 years, so 6 lessons. And without further ado, let's dive right away in lesson number 1. The first lesson is, guys, that nobody is going to come wipe your butt for you. The moment where I came to China, I had realized a lot of painful as well as quite hard things, which were, first, my parents are not with me anymore. I'm not living with my parents anymore. So nobody is handling my laundry for me anymore. Nobody is cooking for me anymore. Nobody is cleaning my house anymore. Nobody is paying my rent anymore. Nobody is, keeping me safe anymore. And so my first realization into that was literally on the very first day where I came. I would say the second day, because the first day it was night. It was actually night time, and I just got to get settled in my dorm. Okay, the next day, the first thing we did with my cousins, because I came with 2 cousins. My brother was also here already, so he pretty much took us to the market and to go do some grocery shopping. My brother literally trained us on how to live at the dorm and how to become independent, all right, which was super fun. I'm saying fun today, but I really hated during the entire process, okay? And so we went to the market, we learned to buy stuff, like how much chicken will we need for an entire week, where do we want to take it, where is the kitchen at the dorm, how much we should cook. We literally just went through all of those things that I honestly did not see myself ever doing for some reason, okay? Like, I know that one day or, sooner or later, I would also have to start wiping my own butt and to do my own laundry and all of this stuff. But I feel like it still came as quite a surprise to me when I realized, hey, this is actually the moment I need to start doing things. And so that was the very first lesson I learned. Like, you pretty much need to become your own hero. Like, there's no support from parents anymore. You're on your own. So you either do things or you either not do things. And if you don't do things, then things will not get done unless you decide to do them. Okay. And so that was one of my first lessons. Like, pretty much the whole process, as well as the first months during which I came to China, the first weeks were really just a process of reshifting my mindset from being dependent and being comfortable, waiting for help, relying on my parents for help or relying on other people for help, to having a mindset of learning to become independent, learning to not need anybody anymore, learning to do my own stuff, and learning to pretty much become an adult. All right. So as an expat, that's one of the things that I've learned first. And I'm pretty sure that most people can relate to this, because I don't think you need to necessarily leave your country and go, live in another town, in another part of the world, to realize that one day or another one, you'll have to just become an adult and you'll have to become your own hero. The second thing that really hit me hard was when I had to start making some money. because obviously when we left home, we told my parents, no, we are not gonna depend on you guys anymore. We're gonna try to do our own stuff. We're gonna try to find ways to make money, so we don't want to bother you guys anymore. So this is when me and my cousin, we decided to just look for some part-time job. And so we got this job for basketball coaching, right? And that was the most crappiest experience ever. Like, I was not experienced ever. I just knew that I knew basketball, and I just knew that I knew how to shoot a ball, and I just knew that I could maybe show some skills and maybe impress some school owners. And so I went to the school, and I remember on the way, I took the bus. I left my dorm to go to that school. I think it was a 45 minutes ride. On that road, I cried. Like, I don't even know why exactly. I actually know why, but it kind of hit me at that moment. I was like, hey, this is it. I'm an adult. Wiping my own butt. I'm trying to make my own money. I'm about to start going and actually working so I can become independent and make my parents proud. And so, just a realization that I came to when I first went for my job, which, by the way, after 2 months of working with them, did not pay me anything. So that was quite a pleasant, quote unquote, experience. The second job that I had after that was still the same thing, really. Like, for my first week and my first months, it was really all kinds of bullshit jobs that did not even pay me, and bullshit job that were not even gonna pay me that much yet. And so quite a painful experience. And so the first lesson, really, the takeaway from this is that, being on your own or just becoming an adult, and I believe, like, starting from 16, 18, 20 years old, I think you should start to, like, get in that mindset already, because the love and the care as well as the comfort that your parents offer you is not always going to be there. Sooner or later, you will have to get yourself in an environment where you'll have to kick yourself in the ass, okay, and do things, because what you might want to do in life might be really different from what your parents are teaching you or what you are being groomed to. And so sooner or later, you need to get out of the comfort zone, okay? And I kept going. That's also the thing. Like, when I understood that I had to start doing my own laundry, when I understood that I had to, every time I'd come back from class, I would have to cook my meals and then do my homework. So when I understood that that was gonna have to be my life, when I understood that I was gonna have to do some part-time jobs here and there, while not doing too much of it, because as a student you are technically not you're just supposed to study and not do any sort of things like that. When I understood all those things, I just embraced them, because I just realized, and I just knew that this was the way for me to grow. Okay, so that was the first lesson. It's pretty much about becoming your own hero. Sooner or later, in which other environment, you'll have to just take that step in life. And when that step comes, when that step happens, when you are made to take that decision, you need to take it and you need to embrace it and start going for your growth journey. Okay. The second lesson that I've learned is do not go into dating for serious relationships if you are a nobody. And when I mean nobody, guys, I'm speaking about no status, no sort of independence, no sort of backbones, and not much money, which are all things that I used to be when I first met the person with whom I was back at the time.